shot yet, man. I got my guy in here, man. Be More's own Black Stan. What's happening, bro?
Yeah, what's good? What's good? How everybody doing? It's Black Stan. Blog writer for Culture District HQ. Sammie Morning Show team member. Fly Team Consortium and all that other good shit. But right now, I'm sitting here with my guy, Sam Malone, aka SippinWitSammie.
Nigga, you not hosting today. You the guest. Don't you try to run my show.
I was just going.
You see you getting started. I see you trying to start, man. I seen you.
My Monday, we got locked up. Cops pulled us over, and this is what I was still smoking Black and Mild. You know, puffing on the Black and Mild. He's trying to say that was a reasonable cause to pull me over.
To think that you had weed. Right. I know they used to play that game. I remember that.
And so what happened was they're sitting up there. We're sitting on the edge. We're sitting on the curb again. That was their favorite thing. Sitting on the curb with your legs crossed, shoes off, sometimes socks.
For a Black and Mild though.
Like, head.
For a Black and Mild.
That was the reason to search the car.
Now I'm looking like a 3-year-old monkey.
Wasn't supposed to search. They already knew it was a legal search and seizure. But you know, he had just had a good day out there. You know, about 3,500. I know that.
Yeah, a couple dollars in the pocket. Right.
So where you get this from? On the hood of my car, because I was driving. They counted out his money. Oh, I hit the lottery. Oh, we don't want to hear that BS. I said, why y'all close over anyway? He said, oh, don't blame us.
Lottery is the worst excuse, by the way. But go ahead.
That was the old school. Yeah,
that's the worst.
I don't know why they say that. Who hits
That's the worst.
Scratch off.
You more live. You're more. It's more perceivable that you fucking caught a case. You caught a slip and fall. Like that's more likely than you hitting the lotto.
Settlement money. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Like that's so. Like anything in between that makes more sense than the lotto. Is what I'm saying.
And but I'm saying like, all right, so we had to go do the little overnight joint. Spent a little.
And he went home broke.
Well, out of that 36, something like that, he only got about $12.50 back. Once he got his property back, so they had to give him something. I don't know if they had to. They probably.
At this point, you my op though. Like, and that's what I don't That's what I don't think people understand about the community and the police. Like, as much as you want to be able to trust the police, or as much as they say, well, when it's about your mom, you call us, or when it's somebody breaking your house, you call. Like, no, we get that. But when you take 70%.
When you
bro,
when you steal,
my plug don't get 70%.
When you steal more overtime than your regular salary, I looked at some of them and I'm like, God damn,
bro, it's impossible.
You're almost 6 figures in overtime.
And mind you, it's obvious if anybody's doing checks and balances regularly. They do it when it's crisis. But what happens is, I remember reading a story. Dude worked up State Road, CO, Africa. He cleared a couple $100,000 in 1 year because he basically just slept at the jail. Like, this motherfucker just wouldn't go home. Like, he didn't
clock out.
No, and mind you, where he come from, his quality of life, nigga, this ain't shit. I'm good. I'm in charge here, so I'll just sleep on another wing or wherever they situated for him. And he went back on shift. And he went back and he did that shit and ran it up. Bro, he didn't get as many overtime hours as them motherfuckers. No, you see what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, some shit just don't make no sense, bro.
Cooking the books.
I've had a job myself where the therapist that worked on campus was like, do you live here? Because no matter what time they came, I was on the clock. But I was going to fuck home. I had a little bit of lifetime, it's time to spend on.
That when they say you, they say it.
Because I'm at least 11 hours every time you see me.
Oh, well, that's you put in time.
I'm at least 11 hours because I probably came in 3 or 4 hours early because they asked me to come in 8 hours early and I refused.
The 8 + 3.
And then you know what I mean. Then I work a double and then I'll swap out for a day because I know I got a show.
And so you still perform.
No, I never had to request off work to go do anything related to entertainment because they used to ask me to work so much overtime that by the time it was a day that I needed a favor, I already had negotiated it for one of their favors.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I never signed a calendar for a requested day off.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, them dudes wasn't busting their ass. They was going home, going to sleep, and still on the clock.
This is what I'm saying. I understand the dynamic of what it takes to run a clock up. Bro, it's impossible, especially when you talk about the stress level of your job. In my field, and I'm not going to get into what it was, but on some real shit, if you meet somebody in 2022 and in that field, and you see them still in the same field, not even position, they could be upgraded in position, but like the same direct field 10 years later, you need to recommend that they take a change of career course or a break. It's literally one of those fields where it's like, no, the crash is at 5.
Yeah.
For the average person. Once you get 10 years in just doing this, it takes such a toll on you that it's hard to like, you know, like you can regenerate your kidney if you stop now. But if you just keep doing this, there's no turning back.
Yeah, and
it's a lot of professions like that.
A lot of wear and tear. A lot of wear and tear. And I said, man, yeah, it's a stressful job, but I guess it's not stressful when you can spend and
a physical job might not even be as stressful as a certain kind of job. You see what I'm saying? You can work in construction for 30 years and be like, man, my back hurt. But when your brain zap out, it's a different thing. You can't get out of bed.
You can't talk about anything. You can't do nothing.
It's nothing to do. You're gonna keep going in again and sit home. More so than you would for a physical ailment. You see what I'm saying? Because what are you doing? You in a way. Are you okay? If I ask you, are you okay 3 days in a row, guess what?
You might need to sit down somewhere. You might need to recommend.
As a supervisor, what I'm supposed to do?
Recommend. You know, the R word. You know, and that's when you get your supervisor role. I've been a supervisor before, so you know, I've been told, you know, gotta recommend that. What do we do? Oh, why don't you talk to the guy first? Yeah, listen, guy, you gotta step your game up, man. May I recommend that you do
pep talk phase, right?
And pep talk phase, because the next time I come to you, like you gave me no threat, but
we can't keep doing this.
You're on my ass, so I gotta be on your ass, and I don't want to. I really didn't start blog writing until he got me to do that. So I was like, all right, well, shoot, that was like the foot in the door. So once I did that, it was just like I just jumped into it. So blogging for him and seeing him on the show, doing behind the scenes work for them, and whoever else, you know, independent write-ups and stuff like that. It's a joy now. And
you also have the question segment.
Oh yeah, now that is funny because I was when Black Stan first started, this is a history lesson. When Black Stan first started, they was like, you know, nobody's gonna really know who you are. You gotta get out there. Because I'm looking at my followers. I mean, not really worried about the followers, but you know, when I first started, I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty down there. Like, so I'm like, oh, what do I do? I was like, well, maybe you gotta go live more. Like, oh, go live. I was always nervous about going live. I'm like, I'm going to go live. Like, yeah, you gotta start going live more. So going live, you know, and networking and stuff like that. Sometimes, you know, you might be on live with just one person. So I mean, I'm like, well, shoot. Somebody said, well, maybe you asked a lot of questions. I think that was you, actually, that said asked a lot of questions. You always say ask a lot of questions. So I said, well, maybe I should come up with an idea. And actually, it started out as 6 questions with Stan. Rather than like a 6-pack of questions. Shout out to the 6-pack.
All my shit. Go ahead.
But it was like after that, it was just like I was starting to ask people more than 6 questions. I'm like, damn, I gotta stop right now because I've already asked them 6. If I ask them no more, it'd be 7.
Yo, you see how the restrictions on the conversation get sometimes when you build boundaries ahead of the conversation, bro.
The title,
you get into a groove and you like anything else we say not gonna make it on the episode because it's only 6.
And I was fucked up because I don't have a production team to tell me to cut. Like,
right.
Because one time it happened, and it was like, yeah, you know, you asked me, I'm like, all right, well, it was a double question. And I had to improvise. I'm like, damn, I did ask like more than...
No, and that's the thing. And it's a way to keep it concise, but you want more out of it. You don't want to limit yourself, so you open it up more, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, and sometimes those questions do branch off, and it might seem like a whole separate question, but it should be a separate question. But due to the context and the title of my series, I'm like, shit. I stopped it. So now on my second go around, I renamed it and redubbed it several questions with Stan.
Exactly.
Well, and shout out to my man Killer Kel, who actually gave me the idea for the name.
Oh, all right, yeah, shout out to Killer.
Yeah, he said, why don't you just say...
Killer be on this one.
Yeah, he said, why don't you just say several questions? So, all right, well, yeah, Renegades, shout out to Renegades.
Yeah, he did their thing last night, by the way.
Yeah, so it was just like, all right, well, several questions. That just...
Smooth. And it flows. Several questions with Stan. It sounds interesting. It doesn't put a it's not a stereotypical name. Like, you can't even tell what kind of background you have when you hear Several Questions with Stan. You could be a Chinese guy, old white man. You could be anything when you hear Several Questions with Stan. So it's kind of intriguing. It's like a good name.
And I stuck with it. And shout outs to you for being the first guest on there.
Oh yeah, me. You know what I'm saying? Inaugural type. Oh my bad.
Yeah. On the season 2, the first guest I had. You know. You didn't want to ask him all my fucking questions, but you answered them anyway. So shout out to you for doing that.
Come on, man.
You know, you see TK, Chef, you know, man, Chef in there. Shout out to man, Chef. Yeah. Chef was in there, so it's just like.
You just said some shit that was profound. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm Sam Malone. My bar, Nick, the bar that I used to be in all the time, the nickname was Cheers because it was like that environment. Like everybody know each other, right? But that wasn't even why my name became Sam Malone. That was just a coincidence. But I was literally like Sam Malone in that bar. I ran the bar to a certain extent. Now you're saying that Glockaware is like Cheers, so maybe that's why I'm so comfortable there. You see what I'm saying? Like, I think that maybe the bar and the radio station have more in common than I thought about. I never thought about it.
Everybody knows your name.
That everybody knowing your name shit over radio.
And they always
Stan, be careful, Stan. Be careful, Stan. When they all know your name, they can all call on it. You know that, right?
Still gotta answer.
What's your answer gonna be?
The number you have dialed. Like in the old school message.
That used to be the annoying shit. Cause they used to come in right when you expect the ring to drop. It'd be like, you like, oh shit, I was going up, it went down. Fuck.
Usually has me on pay your phone bill either. I mean your phone bill too, you know.
I mean, or when you call somebody who didn't.
Your call cannot be completed
as dialed.
Well,
the person you were calling.
How should I dial the motherfucker? Answer me.
I used to hate when what was the company that used to front like this person is not accepting phone calls right
Message
now. Like, if you don't get the fuck out of this person's phone is off, they not accepting calls, they ain't getting calls.
Yo, that man got paid. Message G13. That guy came on old voicemails. Message G, like she get paid, but he got paid.
Did you ever see Talk to Me?
No, I heard about it. That was the radio movie, right? With I forgot his name. No, you know what my favorite movie is?
You gotta watch Talk to Me.
I gotta watch Talk to Me. But you know what my favorite media movie is, or you know what my favorite radio host is? Howard Stern.
I used to fuck with Howard.
Private Parts.
Yeah, I watched Private Parts when I got suspended one time. I ate like 2 large pizzas by myself and watched that 4-hour movie.
But his story.
No, it's a great story.
Yeah, it's a great story. Of coming up and stuff like that. He's still doing it. So.
And when it used to be late night on E, I used to watch Howard
That
Stern.
was the one. That's the one that got me. Like I always want
to be on there tripping.
I want me a Robin Quivers. That's my goal. Like when I get to that level and I'm up there, I gotta get.
But you know what's crazy?
I need me a Robin Quivers in the booth.
In a lot of ways, Robin is great. In a lot of ways, Robin is great. But in certain ways, Robin is why I picked Safia, because I needed my co-host, my female lead, to be a little stronger than her. You don't think Robin's strong? Robin is very intelligent, but Robin just does a lot of let Howard do Howard. She doesn't assert herself ever. She just goes with the flow all the time.
Just smile.
And sometimes that's dangerous because in media, like you know, there's certain terminologies, there's certain topics, there's certain ways you can address things that can backfire, right? So you kind of need the woman in the room to sometimes be the one to be like, you sure?
But that's what I'm saying. She was a black
just
woman.
Sometimes.
She wasn't Monique Black.
No, but that's the problem. Like, he found somebody that fit him. There's nothing wrong with that. Her personality fit his personality. I'm sure if he had a more assertive black woman, it probably would have worked out.